G'day, hi, and welcome. Okay, here's a little thing for you. Don't jam with musicians that don't want to play live. Okay, I'm not saying don't jam with musicians that don't want to play live ever. What I'm saying is don't waste too much time with people that if your goal is to, play live even once a month, 4 nights a week, whatever it is, as many nights as you can, or, once a year, whatever it is. There are some people that you'll jam with, and you have to root it out pretty early on and find out what these people are about. And the easiest way is just ask them, hey, what, like, you guys ever want to play live? And a lot of times, no, 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 I just want to jam. And this becomes a problem very easily solved. You know what I mean? Is that, yes, okay, jam with these guys. There's going to be guys that they'll jam like every week. They jam. That's all they do is they jam, right? And they never, never, ever leave the garage. And some of them are like, well, yeah, I want to play live, but we're not ready yet. We're not ready yet. And it's like, 6 months of we're not ready yet. I'm like, well, when are you going to be ready? You know what I mean? Uh, if you can get through all your songs and you have enough songs to fill in a night's worth of playing, which is probably approximately 3 hours, 2.5, 3 hours worth of music, or set lists worth of music. If you have that much music, you could look at playing live as, the jam session. You know what I mean? But there's some people they got stage fright. Maybe they're just too shy to play in front of people. There's a lot of people like that. But if that's the case, you got to ask yourself, like, how much time do you want to invest with people that don't want to do that? Like, yes, it's good practice, do it once in a while, but I'd rather search out people, what, you can let them know right off the get go. It's like, yeah, I'll jam with you guys until I find a band that, wants to play live or whatever. And for me, I definitely like playing live. To me, that's, if you gave me only one option, that, okay, you can live as a musician, but you can only either play live or do, like, say, music videos or whatever. Yeah, live it is. Why? Because I like the real world, right? But if you can do both, yeah, make music videos and play live. Like that's pretty much what a musician wants to do. What a musician doesn't want to do is what like, all these, like, promotion things that the record, you know, executives will want you to do to promote yourself, and then you got to go meet and greet all these people here and all these people there. I'm kind of like, okay, I'll meet and greet you at the edge of the stage, after the show, and that's fine, that's great. I don't want to have to go out of my way on a day off to go meet people and stuff like that just for the PR factor of it, right? Not that I'm above them or anything like that. It's just, no, I just, I want to entertain you and then get on with my life. You know what I mean? Like, it's that kind of stuff. So it's not like I'm too good to meet people or anything like that, but just more of a, like I say, you want to play the show, you want to see the audience have a really good time, and you want to, share that experience with them. And then, if you have a little, chit chat after, and, meet and greet, that's part of the charm of playing live, is having people enthusiastic about, taking away their problems for those moments that you're on stage, and, just kind of rocking their faces off, and, everybody having a good time. But you need the right people to do that with, and that's my problem around here, is like, I've now got, although I haven't jammed with the other guys in a while, but those guys were never going to leave the garage, so to speak. So as much as I like those guys and everything like that, they were never going to leave the garage. And now I found two other guys that are even closer. Well, I don't know, I guess about the same distance. That, they just want to have fun. They don't want to take it too serious or whatever. But it's good fun for me and good practice, right? So I'm like, okay, well, maybe these guys don't want to play live, but would you guys be willing to do videos? Now, if they don't want to play live and they don't want to do videos of us doing, good versions of whatever songs we're doing, good jams, then, like, okay, well, you could chalk it up to practice. And to me, one thing that happens is when I play with other musicians is, and this happened years ago too. and this probably happens to a lot of musicians, is you start playing live and you're playing like 4 nights a week, and then you burn out, and then you got to kind of call it quits for a little while, because either you're working too much, like working a full-time job or two full-time jobs or three full-time jobs, and playing 4 nights a week is a bit much. Take it from me, I'm not lying to you. It kills the fun out of it, right? So but the thing is that whenever the band's not there, and you pick up your guitar and you start playing your guitar and the band's not there, or maybe the bass or whatever, it is hard to get back into playing. Uh, Not to sound bad, but playing with yourself. You know what I mean? Like by yourself. You know, where it's just like, okay, now I got to go through all these songs, but there's no singer, there's no bass player, there's no other second guitar, there's no, like it kind of gets a little bit hollow when you do that. So that's one thing I like about recording, is it kind of fills that void of not having a band around, right? So, but anyway, yes, I think if you guys can't, well, maybe it's like, okay, the guys want to play live, but it's just like everybody works a full time job, and it's very hard to coordinate, uh, you know, time to do it. Okay, fine. Maybe record yourselves live off the floor. Meaning, okay, you're going to rehearse a song, you're going to see if you can get the best recording of yourselves playing live on camera, and then do the show that way, because that's fun too. But it's even funner when you have an audience in front of you. So anyway, that's just my thing. So if you're going to be stuck jamming with people, that just make sure you communicate very early on that your intentions are to play live. So like, I'll jam with you guys as long as you want, but as soon as something comes along and the guys are more into playing live for whatever reason, maybe I'm not going to say they're taking it more seriously or like that, because there's circumstances that people might be seriously good musicians, and just they maybe they just don't have the ability to dedicate time to playing shows and stuff like that. Or maybe there's just not a lot of great places around to play. Okay, you're all in agreement, yeah, we all want to play live, but where? It's like all the places around here don't pay, and maybe they don't like your type of music or whatever. So there's that too. So, but if your goal is to play live, and to me that's what I enjoy the most, try to make sure that if you find people that's their end goal too, but also make sure they're not the type of people that they're never ready. I mean, I've been in a lot of those "we're not ready yet" bands, where it's like 6 months, like, guys, we know this stuff, like we know the stuff, and we just got to get out there. I remember the band I was in called Reckless Angel. It was the second last band I was in, and the singer, he was like, I'm not ready yet, not ready yet. And we got this bass player, and he's like, okay, when are you guys going to be ready? And he was like, oh, probably a couple of months or whatever. And the bass player, a couple of months. He goes, dude, I'm talking like 2 weeks. Like, we're going to be ready in 2 weeks, stop. And I mean, I was already like, yeah, we're ready to go. Don't worry. It's just, so we had to push him a little bit to get him to get out on the stage. But once we did, then we were gigging quite a bit. Like, maybe every 2 or 3 weeks we were getting a gig. That band didn't last that long. But we did do quite a bit of shows with it. We made a little bit of money, whatever. But the thing was sometimes it's just to get the guys out on the stage, and the first few times is usually the hardest. Then after a while, like, once you know how to play your stuff good, the big one, and this is the biggest one, is as long as you can get the guys to be sober, because that will hold you back. If you got guys that are just, I just want to have a couple of beers while I'm jamming, those guys usually never ever want to play live, because they just the booze takes away a lot. It's hard to, too much to get into detail, but I find it takes away a lot of ambition, and it's just like, okay, yeah, like the musicians that want to play live usually don't drink a drop when they're on stage. I mean, maybe they'll have a beer here, they'll have a beer there, but they're not there as a party band. It's just, okay, let's just drink and get drunk and play and see, whatever. There's musicians that go out there and they just want to be musicians. And those are the hard people to find. You know what I mean? Those are hard people to find, and you might have one of them in your band if you have, but if you don't have the whole band with that goal in mind of okay, yeah, no, we're going to work at this. We're going to make this maybe not necessarily a job, but when we play live, we're going to be leaving impressions on people and good impressions on people. We're not just in it to, yes, number one rule is have fun, but you know, one of the best ways you can have fun is to be as professional as possible. So everybody's on the stage sober, and you put on the best show of your life. You play the best you can possibly play, because that I think is, when you get that's when you separate the wheat from the chaff, and that's when you get some really spectacular stuff, and that's when you can start making plans of what you're going to do with your musical careers. So anyway, just my take anyway.